One of the things we spoke about during that activity was a line of separation. A line of separation is like an invisible line, or we could use something to show a line of separation in real life, like using a pencil to draw a line, or a fold line when you fold paper. A line of separation helps us decide if something has been split into halves or not. Here's a picture to help you understand this a bit further. Here I have 3 squares. The first square is showing a line of separation halfway. This shows 2 equal pieces on either side of the line. The next one shows more than halfway. The line of separation is moved further along. This is more than halfway. And the last picture shows us less than halfway. The line's further over one side, so there's a little piece and then a big piece. It's less than halfway. You can see pictures here showing a line of separation to model halfway, more than halfway, and less than halfway. What do we know about halves? I'm going to put that word in the middle of this think board. Halves. But what are they? When I use the word halves, what does it mean? Well, halves are 2 equal parts. When you start with one whole object and split it into 2 equal pieces, you have halves. Here are some of the words I'll need to know when I'm talking about halves. These are words that I might hear when we're talking about one object being split into 2 equal pieces to show halves. I'll hear the word halves. I might hear the word half. Half is when I'm talking about one of those pieces. I might hear the word equal or separate. Here's a picture of it. These pictures here show halves correctly, just like some of the pictures we went through already together. I can see a pizza showing halves. I can see a triangle cut in half. And I can see a sandwich as well. All of these pictures are showing halves correctly. What isn't it? How will I know when it's not halves? Well, it's not halves when there are more than 2 equal pieces. So if an object has been cut into more than 2 pieces, we're no longer talking about halves. We might learn about that another time. But halves are not more than 2 equal pieces. Halves are also not pieces that aren't equal. If you see an object cut into 2 pieces, but the pieces are not equal, then those are not halves. And you know this now. Halves are 2 equal pieces. These are some of the things you need to remember when we're talking about halves.